Welcome to the Forever Cash Life Real Estate Investing Podcast with your hosts, Jack and Michelle Bosch. Together, let's uncover the secrets to building true wealth through real estate and living a purpose-driven life.
Super happy to be here. My name's David Van with the Land Profit Generator. And today we're just going to be talking some real details about what's going on. What is going on in the world of real estate? What are you missing out on? Guys, we got a couple problems we need to talk about. So today, I wanted to be really real with you guys. I really wanted to just kind of talk really real. So can we do that? Can we have 100% transparency about what's going on in real estate right now? Guys, there's a lot of realtors in here. There's a lot of house flippers in here. Not everybody in this group actually does what I do, the Land Profit Generator method of flipping land. I believe it to be the easiest, fastest, cheapest way to do it. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks today. But there's a big problem going on right now. There's a big problem going on for the universe of real estate. I want to break it down really simply. There's land and there's everything else in real estate. It is literally a parallel universe. Okay? So we're in the same kind of industry, but it is parallel to what's going on over here. All that bad stuff is going on over here. It ain't going on over here. And here's why. All these other real estate niches is where people live. They take out loans. They buy residential dwellings. All these other people over here is where they have all these different laws and taxes and interest rates and banks, inflation, economy, all this big stuff that's going on that really makes anybody's head hurt. Even the experts, it really confuses them. There's blood in the streets right there. Okay? I'm going to explain what we have to do, what we have to focus on, and how to do this easier, faster, and cheaper, okay? So before I do that, I want to really kind of, there's a parallel universe of all this real estate stuff going on, and then there's land, okay? We're kind of going in the same trajectory a little bit, but we don't have the restrictions, we don't have the laws, we don't have the inflations. We don't have the banks. I mean, we just don't have all this extra baggage, right? I mean, land is like, maybe I shouldn't use that example. Land is the person without all the baggage, okay? Let's put it like that. Houses is somebody that's just got a lot of baggage, a lot of bad credit score. They owe $50,000 in debt. They have 7 credit cards, closed. They're foreclosing on their house. I mean, that is the other realms of real estate. And that's why it's so hard to make their margins, because they need everything perfect to go right. If everything perfect doesn't go right, they're in a lot of trouble. Okay. Well, what's going to happen if the market goes up and the market goes down, I'm going to explain a little bit about that. Okay. Now, before I do, I want to talk about how I just got done talking to the master of all masters in land flipping, Jackbosch, who's actually a really good friend of mine. We just got done talking, and he was telling me about the ins and the outs of the ups and the downs market and everything. It's a really good education. I'm going to explain to you what he said to me. And he said, you know what, David, I'm actually going to be talking a little bit more about this in great detail in our masterclass. I've already recorded training videos on this. In fact, I'm going to have a separate conversation with you about exactly what's going to happen. So, guys, if you want to know what's going on in real estate today, you want a free call? Do you want a free consultation about it? Book a call. Leave a comment that says, David, I want the inside scoop. Leave me a comment that says, David, I want the inside scoop. And I'm going to personally call you and tell you exactly what he said. Okay, so I'm going to break it down a little bit, but I'll give you the full details on the phone call. Okay, so that's a lot of fun for us because I like talking. I don't like doing spreadsheets, but I love talking. So if you really want to hear exactly what the house flippers are going through, what the big problem with the inflation rates, the interest rates, guys, that interest rate is going to keep going up. I got news for you guys. That interest rate is going to keep going up. What that means for us, it's going to get easier and easier and easier and easier and easier. Okay? So on the buy side, people are going to start panicking. Okay? They're going to start panicking and they're going to sell their property for cheaper. Okay? On the sell side, if you want to protect yourself, you're just going to sell it cheaper. Okay? If you think that that property is going to go down in value or whatever in a month, which is almost impossible, because what Jack was explaining that he's going to be talking about later in some education that he wanted me to disclose to you guys now, is that it takes 6 to 9 months for land to be affected with anything that's going on in the interest world, anything that's going on in the banks. None of that stuff. We are completely insulated because of it, because of our strategy. Now, I'm here to tell you guys the one strategy that's going to keep you safe against this is the land profit generator double close method. Everybody should be doing it. If you don't know what it is, please say, David, I want the inside scoop. I'm going to explain to you what it is in more detail. But basically, we're getting it on our contract. We're selling it. We're using the buyer's money, not ours. And so we have our hands free. We have our hands clean from that deal. Now, if you bought a house and the market tanked, and then you fixed it up, and then all these contractors are charging you through the roof. Like, I was just asking my neighbor how much it cost him to do his fence, and he was paying, I think it was $2.50 a board. Now it's $8 a board. So the price of lumber has tripled. Okay? So the price of lumber has tripled. The contractors that we're charging you $20 an hour, they're now charging you $50 an hour. So to fix and flip these houses is costing you double. Then on top of that, you're having to take out bank loans for twice the interest rate. It's costing you double there. So your margins keep going thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. And then eventually you're going to be like, you know what? I can't make this work because I'm literally in competition against 7 million people. That is the hardest thing to do. So if you want a hard investment strategy, go with the houses. If you really do, if you really want to be in competition and fight and claw and tooth and nail and negotiate and hard close, go for it. That is not for me. What's easier, what's cheaper, what's faster is the double close method. And so when Jack was talking about what happened in 2008, what happened in 2009, what happened in 2010, he said, you know what? The only thing that happened is that people were selling more seller finance deals. So the buyers coming in, they have the cash. They're just a little nervous about what might happen. So they did seller finance deals. So guess what? You charge them more interest, you stretch it out, and now you have passive income. So for us as land flippers, we're targeting more passive income right now rather than cash sales. Okay? So I haven't experienced any problem. So I don't know any land flipper right now that is affected at all. In fact, by anything that happens in houses. I wanted to speak to the people that had experience in houses, that don't have experience in land flipping, what the contrast is, what the most important thing to know is before you get started, okay? So for the land flippers that are going through this and they're seeing all the prices of houses going up and all the inflation going up and the market rates going up and the competition going up and all these other galaxies in the real estate industry, what we want to do is we either buy lower and we sell lower. That's it. Or you focus more on the seller finance on the back end. And guys, everybody loves passive income, right? I got a friend of mine right now. I just talked to him yesterday. He's making $70,000 a month in passive income by selling lots, 10xing his money on these lots. He's literally 10xing his money. So yeah, that's on the front end. On the front end. And when he finances it for 10, 15 years, okay, now he has all this passive income coming in. and the rules and regulations and Dodd-Frank and all that stuff, none of that stuff has anything to do with land. So it's really, really, really important that we understand that so that we can take action. And what we've decided was that when people don't have clarity about what the strategy is, it really inhibits them from taking action. I'm volunteering a good 2 hours today to really dive deeper on the phone to some people that leave me a comment that says, David, give me the scoop. Give me the inside scoop, David. Anything like that. I really want to break it down personally because this is what actually helps people take action. So if you're watching live and you haven't taken action in land, it's probably just because, like I said, you just don't have enough information yet. Well, the good news is about land flipping is it's easier, faster, and cheaper. You can get a lot right now for $500 and sell it for 15 grand on financing, take $1,000 deposit, take $400 a month and stretch it out for whatever. Okay, right now, boom. Okay, so you can't 15x your money with houses. Okay, you can't 15x your money with apartments. You can't 15x your money with mobile homes. Okay, especially in this market where it's going. Okay, so I just got another inside scoop from Michelle Bosch about Bank of America, which I can't say. I'm actually going to save it for the phone call. I'm going to tell you what Bank of America is going to be doing on the phone call. Okay, so that's really cool. So I just wanted to pump you up because I'm really excited about my land business. I'm hoping you can be about yours. And what's holding you back to getting started, okay? So I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to help get you started. And basically, when you're using the right contract to get a property under contract, okay? When the inflation goes up, what inflation basically means is you're getting less for your dollar, okay? So inflation means like if you have $10 and you can buy 10 loaves of bread, well, now with inflation, you can only buy 7 loaves of bread. Okay? So it means you're getting less for your dollar. Okay? So people are really scared and concerned with houses, and they're like thinking, okay, what do I do? Well, here's what happens. This is exactly how I'm selling my properties now. Is I'm telling them, in order for you to buy a $400,000 house, it has to be 20 years old. You have to remodel. You probably got to put $50,000 in remodel into it. You got to get approved for the loan, and you're going to be paying like an 8%. Does land financing require an attorney to be? No, it does not, Juan. That is a great question. No, it does not. I'm writing 2 contracts right now. Absolutely not. That is called a self-close. All of our land flippers that are educated on how to do it, we teach them exactly how to do it. Okay? So, Juan, if you just leave a comment, if you send me a DM, maybe I'll just give you a call and kind of explain to you exactly how that works, okay? All right, cool. So yes, there's deed of trust, which is like a mortgage, right? There's land contracts, there's lease purchases, those 3 things, and that's how we're doing it. And 100%, you can do all of that by yourself, called a self-close. Otherwise, you can have a title agent do it for you. You can have an attorney, a closing attorney, do it for you. But you know what? It cost me $1,600 to do that. It cost me $5 to do it myself, okay? So whatever you're comfortable with, okay? All right, so, but back on track, right? So the seller finance route, okay? So a buyer comes in and they say, well, I don't want to pay $50,000 right now, but I will pay you $10,000 down and $500 a month with 10%, 12% interest. Okay. Well, when you stretch that out, that 50 grand goes to like, I don't know, like maybe 70, maybe $80,000. Okay. So you're stretching out your income over time. Okay. So that's seller finance. That's what Juan just asked me. And so that's what, you should be focused on if you feel any nervousness at all. But yeah, it's really, really, really important to have the right strategy and understand how to talk to the buyer, because the buyer could go out and spend $400,000 to buy a house, or he can buy a $400,000 to buy a 20-year-old house. Or what do you think, Juan? What about building a house for $200,000 brand new? And it being valued at $450,000, and you got it for half the price. So building property, building houses right now is actually more valuable than rehabbing an over-leveraged, overpriced, overvalued, over interest rate, over everything asset. So what do you need to build a house? What's the number one thing you need first to build a house? You need land. Okay, yes, good answer, right? You need land. Okay, that's us. So the builders that are gobbling up these properties, they're gobbling up these properties fast in cash. They're not seller financing. Yeah, we just sold a $25,000 deal. We literally forgot we owned it. We literally forgot that we had it. It was not even on any website. It wasn't posted anywhere. They came to us and we're like, oh, wow, I guess we do own it. Boom, sold it. And the guy literally said to me on the phone, he's like, man, I just want to build a house. By us buying this property, we're going to be able to build a house and sell it for $100,000 cheaper than we would having to rehab an over-leveraged house. So guys, that's what's going on right now. Those are our buyers. Those are our sellers right now. That's how you can take action. Book a call right now. Let me answer some questions for you. Let me connect you with your land expert. Let me show you how you can get free training. Let me answer your questions directly on what it actually takes to make $50,000 a month in, 2 hours a day. What actually does that look like? Guys, I'm going to get started on my land business. Join me. Congratulations, guys. You are in the right place. This is the place for you. And I'm going to make sure that happens. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck.